final, but rail passengers will be facing more disruption today due to further strike action.
Let's just take a moment to have a look at some of the train companies affected. In all, 40% of services are expected to run, with some areas having no service at all. 12,000 train drivers are walking out for the second time this week as members of the ASLEF union strike over pay and conditions. Our business correspondent Mark Ashdown has this report.
From the Epsom Darby to the FA Cup final and concerts by Elton John and Beyonce. It's a weekend of huge sporting and musical events, but fans are facing a challenge just to get to venues. It's the third strike by rail workers this week. After RMT members walked out yesterday, train drivers at ASLEF are staging their second one-day strike. With up to 12,000 members taking to the picket lines, there's disruption across the rail network. Just 40% of services are expected to run, and some areas will see no trains all day. Yet again, passengers have had to adapt their plans to get around.
They know exactly what they're doing, don't they? They know exactly when to do it. You've got concerts on in town and everything as well. And it's getting back as well on coaches. If it goes to extra time, and it's not good.
I can understand that they're trying to make a point. I think that it just has a far-reaching impact on individuals as well. So maybe there's another way to go about it. I don't know.
Absolutely chaotic. How to keep the public on your side and make friends. But that's life, so you just got to get around it somehow.
The Rail Delivery Group, which represents the 15 rail companies involved, said it's made a fair and reasonable offer. It's a 4% backdated pay rise, depending on changes to make driver training quicker, and another 4% this year if changes to ways of working are agreed, like a commitment to Sunday working and giving employers full control over scheduling. ASLEF rejected the offer and insisted they haven't deliberately targeted large events. The Rail Delivery Group said the latest strikes will cause frustration and disappointment for tens of thousands of people. Both sides say they do want to resolve this dispute, but a solution doesn't look close. Mark Ashdown, BBC News.
Ben Boulos is at Old Trafford for us this morning. Ben, we've been taking a look, obviously, at the sports taking place this weekend. So many people desperate to get to so many places. A lovely weekend too, but they're going to be facing problems.
Yeah, it's a long journey down to Wembley from here in Manchester, and fans from both sides, from City and United, will be making that journey. 120 coaches, extra coaches, have been laid on by the FA to make sure fans can get there for the first all-Manchester FA Cup final. Let's speak to a couple of the United fans who are making that journey on the coaches. We've got Debbie and Stephen. How has the strike affected your plans?
Well, actually, we normally travel down by coach. We do actually like the coach journey. It's all part of the day. So we have lots of fun on the coach, we sing on the coach. So yeah, we love it.
Are you having set off a bit earlier than normal today, though?
About the same time as the Carabao Cup final, to be honest with you. I feel like the traffic's going to be quite a bit heavier on the way down, though, so we'll see what time we actually get there for.
What do you think about the day that the strike's been called for?
Well, I'm not going to criticise them for going on strike because I do believe in fair pay for everybody in fair conditions, so I won't criticise the strikers. I mean, it's difficult because if you're picking a strike, you're going to pick a day that's going to have maximum impact, aren't you? So, yeah, they're going to get coverage on the FA Cup final day.
Okay.
So.
And would you ever stay down the night before, stay in a hotel, or is that not something you'd usually do?
If it had a bonus at work, maybe.
Fair enough, given the prices. OK, well, thank you very much for chatting to us. I know you said you wanted to get a good seat on the coach.
Yeah.
I hope you get the back seat, which is what you're after.
Yeah, we need to be singing.
Have a great day and have a safe journey down there. So these coaches are all lined up. They will be setting off in the next sort of 5 or 10 minutes. Of course, as you've been saying, it's not just the football that's happening. There's also the cricket taking place at Lord's. There's the rugby in Newcastle. And aside from the sport, there's also the music concerts. Beyonce's Renaissance World Tour happening in London. The Arctic Monkeys and Coldplay playing in Manchester. Elton John performing tonight in Manchester as well. A lot of people trying to get around the country, a lot of travel disruption. If you are travelling by roads, make sure you leave plenty of time. Service stations, we're told, are going to be busier than normal. Of course, it all coincides with the end of the school half-term holidays for many. It feels this weekend like it's the start of a summer of sport, a summer of music, but also potentially a summer of more train strikes.
OK, Ben, thanks so much. Ben Boulos there for us.